guys, good morning. Today I'm going to be explaining to you the different concepts in your worksheet for this week. The first concept that we're going to work on is decimals. So we're going to start working on decimal numbers this week. Last week some of you were having issues hearing me, so I'm hoping that I am speaking loud and clear this week so that you all can get the best of the video so that you can get to do your work better. Okay? So let's look at this number chart behind me. It's not the regular number chart that you all already know and are used to. Now the number chart has a decimal in it because we're going to start working with decimals. Alright? So now, if we notice, we have a decimal here, right? To the left of the decimal is where your whole numbers will be written. Your ones, tens, hundreds, and your thousands. To the right of the decimal is where the fractional parts are going to be. These behind the numbers are parts of a whole. Okay? It's not whole numbers. The first one, if you notice, we don't have, you see on the left how we have a ones here? We don't have a ones in the fraction section. Right? We start with tenths. Okay? With a THS behind it. Not a S like tens, but tenths. Then we have hundreds with a THS as well. And we have thousands with a THS, and it goes to 10,000s with THS and so forth. But for now, we're just going to focus up to thousands. Okay? Now, for number one, let's look at this number. We have 368, a decimal, and 05. We want to know how to read this number. Okay? The first thing we're going to do, we're going to read the left side. But before, let me inject it into this chart here to make it easier for you to read. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to place our decimal under the decimal. Whatever is to the left of the decimal is what you will put over here. So we have 3, 6, 8. And over this side, to the right of the decimal, the fractional parts, we have a 0, 5. Now, we want to know how to read these numbers here. Okay? So now, for us to read these numbers, we're going to read the whole numbers part first, which is up to here. If you notice, this is our ones, tens, and hundreds. This is what we have for the whole number. And how do you read that number? 368, right? We don't say 368. We say 368. Okay? And then we have our decimal. And wherever you see a decimal in a number, when you're reading the number, you're going to say the word and. Okay? So far we have 368 and after that now we're going to read the number that comes to the right, the fractional part. But if you notice, under the tenths we have a 0 here. So that it has no value, right? There's no tenths there. Only you go straight here to the hundreds where there's 5. So you will read this number and you will say the one that is on top. Alright, so that is this section. So you're going to call it 500. You see that? 500. hundredths. Now let's try and read this number again. 368 and 5 hundredths. You see? Okay, let's try another number. Let's do another number. So we have, remember the first thing we're going to do, we're going to inject our decimal where they belong. See? Where it belongs. Then we have 4, 6, right? And we have to be careful to write the numbers where they belong, because we shouldn't have started here. Up from the decimal, we go 1, 2. So see, 1, 2. So this is where you will start writing your number, right? And then it has a 1, 2, 3 behind. 1, 2, 3. We want to read this number now. Remember, we're going to read to the left first, because there is where the whole numbers are, right? So we know 4 and 6. What is that number? 46. Good. So we have 46, and remember what we call the decimal? And, right? So 46 and, look at that. 1, 2, 3. How do you read this number? This section here. 123, right? And since the 3 falls under thousands, you're going to say 123 thousandths, right? Now let's read the whole number. 46 and 123 thousandths. That is how you read that number there, right? Let's do one more. And then I'm going to show you how to write it in word form, right? Let's do number 3. Now, let's put the decimal here. And we're going to count how many spaces. 1, 2. So we're going to go 1, 2. And here is where we're going to start writing our number. Point, or this, yes, 0, 0, 4. 0, 0, 4. Alright? Now let's read the number now. Let's try and read the number that comes in front. 3 and 9 is 39. Good job. So 39 and, if you notice, there's no numbers here, all the way here. So we're going to say 39 and 4 thousandths. You see that? 39 and 4 thousandths. Let's do one more. Let's do the last one. We inject the decimal here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. And that is where we're going to begin. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start here. 2, 0, 9. Our decimal. 1, 6. Okay. All right. So we have 209. 209 is what? 209. Okay? So 209 and 1 and 6 is how much? 16. Good. So 209 and 16. 16 what? Hundredths. Okay? 209 and 16 hundredths. That's how we're going to read the first one. Okay? Now, we're going to write them in word form, right? I'm going to show you how to write it in word form. All right. Let's do this first one on top here. We have 4 and 6 is what? 46. So we're going to write 46. What is the decimal? And what is this number? 1, 2, 3. 123. So we're going to write 123. And where the 3 ends, what place value is that? Thousands, right? So we're going to write thousands. Okay? 46 and 123 thousands. Okay? Let's do the last one down here. We're going to start with this number here. How do we call that? 209 is what? 209, right? So 209. And remember, the decimal means and. And 1 and 6 is what? 16, right? So you're going to write 16. 16 what? The 6, where the 6 ends, you go up to hundreds. Okay? Awesome. Okay? So that is that is basically how you're going to work on the first section, right? And there's a part in the first worksheet that reads out the word. This is what the section gives you, and this is what you're supposed to put on the line, this way. This is called the standard form. The actual number is standard form. All right? So that is for the first worksheet for Monday. All right? So I'm going to send another one explaining Tuesday's material. Okay? I hope this helped. And let's do our best on our worksheet, right? I'm excited to see how well you all are going to do. Bye!